The pandemic has either changed or disrupted everybody's lives in one way or another. COVID-19 caused a slowdown for meat processing plants, which affected cattle and pork farmers in Siouxland.
I don't think we really grasped how serious it could be until we started getting into close to the 1st of April. And then when it did start happening, it really backed things up. We couldn't get our market hogs processed. We couldn't get them delivered.
The supply chain, livestock was disrupted. We've gotten through the bulk of it now. Personally, I know there's some people still dealing with delays in delivery.
Cattle farmer John Tiedeman says weathering a storm is part of agriculture, and the COVID-19 pandemic is one of those storms.
We reduced the energy levels in the rations for the cattle so they didn't get over fat. So yeah, that's all our expense that we bared. So it's an inconvenience. It's a problem, but we weathered it. So.
Farmers in the tri-state area are finding ways to keep going during this unprecedented situation, but for some, survival is a concern.
We're really depressed on our prices are really depressed right now. That's what our biggest concern right now is how can we survive? Will we be able to survive financially? How long will it take to get caught up?
When big meat processing plants such as Tyson Foods in Smithfield temporarily closed due to the coronavirus, smaller meat lockers in Siouxland saw their businesses boom.
We've been able to get in more cattle for the farmers that were losing everything, brought in hundreds of pigs, but we also at the same time turned down thousands of animals that should have been able to come into our building due to everybody having to put it down with all the processors being closed.
Oakland meat processing plant in Oakland, Nebraska is having to schedule farmers 6 to 9 months in advance to get their meat processed. Normally they schedule 6 weeks ahead. Right now they're booked out to May of 2021 for cattle and January 2021 for pork.
We've been in a chaos. People started calling because they had the animals they could not get rid of out of packing houses, wouldn't take them. Instead of bringing one animal in at a time, all the neighbors and their friends and everybody wanted a beef or a half a beef.
Hudson Meats and Sausage is booked for cattle and hogs until August of 2021, and there's currently a waiting list of about 375 people. Because of the increased business, Oakland Meat Processing Plant has decided to expand.
We will be growing another location. It's something that we're going to have to do. COVID-19 was detrimental to a lot of the community, and we're trying to help everyone as much as we possibly can.
Expansion or not, deer season is going to be much different this year.
This is going to be a year of learning how to do it yourself. We're not going to be able to fit any carcasses in our coolers because you have to have 2 separate areas for your deer versus your beef and your pork. We're full to the max.
Riley Mahon, KCAU 9 Digital.